Could you please not make me go to the filler? No! Not the filler! No! Not the filler! This should technically count as kidnapping! But whatever, hey everybody, welcome back to Pokemon Fire Red. In this episode, we're going to be doing some filler stuff that was not in the first game, which I honestly don't like, because I do not like this part of the game. But we're going to be doing side quests for Bill. He's going to show us this place here because reasons. This is Cilio, basically. He's here to show us that, hey, if you want to come here and trade Pokemon or get, you know, not items, but tickets for events that we never really ever got to get here, come do this here. Of course, also, if you want to use Pokemon Coliseum or XD to trade Pokemon, or Battle, actually, which I never did show that off in XD, you can do that. Basically, they're just talking about PC stuff. It's Bill Gates, and I don't know who the other guy is. I like to imagine the other guy, Steve Jobs, just kind of looks like Steve Jobs. I'll create a place called Apple, which has shitty computers, but, phones. And Bill Gates will make really awesome computers. With phones I've never actually used. I've never had a Windows phone. I have an iPhone, but he gives us a try pass. Basically, if you want this, we can actually go around, use the ferry service to visit local islands. And of course, we're going to visit islands 1 through 3. And of course, we got a next page of the town map. And of course, as I said, this is brand new stuff just for the remake. And I mean, I don't hate this. I think it's just kind of boring, and it ruins the pacing. Honestly, I think. I mean, this game really, the story doesn't really matter, but it's just that you go get... okay, let me rephrase it. I understand why this is here. Because, you know, they're like, hey, more content. That's always cool, you know, to have more content in a game. In a video. I'm kidding. But, basically, it really ruins the pace of the game, I think, because, I mean, you get your 7 badge, and you're required to this. It isn't just like, you can skip this. No, you absolutely have to do this to get your 8th badge and move on. And you can't actually just go and get the 8th badge before this. You have to do this now. And I don't like that. It's the same thing with, like, having to catch at least, like, a certain amount of Pokemon every time. Like, it's not required until, like, well, that first fight to get 10, and then, for the post-game. But it's just kind of stupid here. This guy just sells, like, fresh water and, Great Balls. His inventory kind of improves a little bit in the post-game if you ever come back here. Nudge, nudge. If you come in here, this guy's a Pokemon Moon Maniac. Basically, he can teach your Pokemon moves if you give him a mushroom. Right now, I don't think we have any mushrooms. But, yeah, if you want to go back and learn a move, then he can teach you this. If we go in here, we see a guy. Lostelle, huh? This guy literally just rode his motorcycle, which actually looks like a bike, but it's a motorcycle, basically into a business. What a douchebag! I mean, I'll see you guys here. I've never liked motorcycles. I don't hate them, but they're loud, they're dangerous. Fuck them. But now we need to go to 3 Island, basically making 2 Island, and 1 Island a waste of time. Just kind of boring, honestly. I don't like this. I don't like this part of the game. I think it's just kind of boring. And I understand why you have to come here, because, I mean, you also get a few levels from battling trainers and some wild Pokemon, but, you know. The post-game part of this place, I think, is a lot better. Just because you actually can listen to some Johto music, or Gen 2 music, I mean. Same thing, basically. But, you know. There's actually a cave there, but we'll actually be showing that cave off in the post-game, so. In the post-game, in the future! Whatever, but they basically have a bunch of bikers here. And I believe we also have a music time coming up, so... Because we have to actually about a lot of these bikers, so I'm actually gonna shut up here in a second and let you guys listen to some music, because... Music, I guess, I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up, let you guys listen to music, so just enjoy the music. That song was a remix of the Kanto Gym Leader theme. I cannot think of who made that song. I'll put a link to it though in the description because I actually really like that remix. But we beat all those guys, and we're just like, yeah, we're douchebags. But Lostelle apparently is on a place called Bond Bridge. Excuse me, I burped. But you know, we gotta go find Lostelle because filler. I know I keep saying this, but I really just don't like this. Bond Bridge, you can find a few Pokemon, like I believe you can find Doduo and Dodrio, but, you know, Dodrio I actually recommend because it can learn a really good move called Tri-Attack, basically where you have an Electric-type move, a Fire-type move, and an Ice-type move combined, which actually it's really good, but, you know. Up here, I believe this is a double battle. Yes, it is, it's a double battle. I don't understand how these kids have Pokemon already, especially at level 37. Because, I mean, we didn't get Pokemon until we were, like, at least, okay, technically you have to be 10 years old to at least have your Pokemon. And I think you have to actually have a license for Pokemon training, or not at least gone through the league, which makes sense. I bet they can go through the league. But, well, at least not yet. But, they have Clefairy. Clefairy is a normal type, actually becomes a fairy type later on. Clefairy was originally gonna be the mascot of this series, but Pikachu basically won because cuteness. Clefairy, though, I've never really been a big fan. It's just how I am, I guess. Yeah, it's a decent normal type, I guess, if you want it. If you want a Clefairy, then use it. But yeah, it becomes a fairy Pokemon, which makes sense because it's technically called the fairy Pokemon in this. It pretty much has, if you have Moonstones, you can actually evolve Clefairy into Clefable. Clefable is actually pretty good, though. I don't know. If you want one, then get one. This girl here has a Bulbasaur. We've already seen Bulbasaur before, and that's why I actually have Sora out, because I'm like, well, I can take out a Grass-type Pokemon. I believe this is one of the sessions that I actually had to do twice, because I forgot to hit save. I think the session I hate most in this game is the session I have to do, like, twice. So I think that's how I do. I'm guessing that's how I do. I don't know though. If you guys have ever played this, what are your opinions on these 7 islands? Yeah, there's spoilers, 7 islands, but we'll be seeing islands 4 through 7 later in the game. But of course, we're gonna see more of these other islands, but you know. I'm sorry if I'm so quiet on this. I really don't know what to say. Like, I can't really think of anything to talk about for this part. It's just that. It's just this, I guess. I don't really know. I've just never been a really big fan, I guess. I'm trying to think of some interesting things about these 7 islands I can think of. Well, here we're in Berry Forest. Berry Forest. Okay, this is an interesting topic. Berry Forest is actually, the way this is designed, if you actually open up your cartridge to Pokemon, I believe it's Leaf Green, not Fire Red. There may be a different, or maybe the same, but I know for sure it's Leaf Green. It actually is the design of the Leaf Green. Like, if you take, like, the back of it off, you know, if you have, like, I want to call it the circuits, but that's probably wrong. I can't think of the actual name for it. Basically, what makes it the cartridge. There you go. It'll actually be in the design of that, which is actually a really cool idea, I think. I'll give the 7 islands this. At least it has some pretty awesome ideas. This is Lostelle. I stare from here in the wall now. Keep screaming, I'm still scared. Or speaks in the 3rd person for some reason. I don't know. What the? It's Hypno! Hypno, we already have one on the team. It's a male, though, so maybe we could catch it and have a male Hypno for Hypnosis. They could be friends. I don't know. Of course, this whole thing here, of course, it pretty much made people really think about the whole, like, Hypno's Lullaby, creepypasta. which honestly, I don't. The idea of it's kind of creepy, I guess, but I don't know. It wasn't really my type of thing, I guess. Hypno though, as I said before, because we have it on our team, pretty good special defense. It's worth using, I think. If you have this one and you don't have the Psychic type yet, then catch it. Of course, if you need a 6 Pokemon on your team, it's the perfect time right there. Of course, Lostelle will give us some berries. She doesn't give us a citrus berry, though, which I really don't like. Because, I mean, or citrus berry is best berry, citrus berry master race, you know? But, you know. But yeah, this guy, he'll basically give us a meteorite that we need. I believe before the whole Deoxys thing got announced, I believe a lot of people thought that the Deoxys was actually going to come from this meteorite, but nope. Speaking of Deoxys, a trailer for Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire came out for today, where basically you go into space. You go into space in Pokemon. I believe somebody said you go to the moon, and that's true. That game gets 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Best game. John reference. But, you know, you have to fly on Mega Rayquaza to go to space. That's awesome. By the way, by the time this is out, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire should be out by now. And if you've played them yet, tell me how you like them, because of course, by now I haven't got to play them, but I do have Smash Wii U, so fuck you. Kept you so long, screw you, man. I had to go do your stupid errands and your filler. I think Bill Gates was doing Steve Jobs' job. Whatever. Respect to Steve Jobs, though, for all the stuff he's done. Supporting, you know, charities. That's always really cool. But, you know, that's the end of the filler for right now. We will not be actually going back to the City Islands until the post-game, thank God. But we'll get to that when we get to that. But in the next episode, guys, we could be going for the next gym, but we're actually going to do something else. And let's just say, to quote Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother, it's going to be legendary.